This is the second of two videos about the maths of credit cards. The first video was about credit cards with the up to 55 days interest-free period, and this video is about the regular standard form of credit card, which has no annual fee, has a slightly lower interest rate, but interest is paid from the day that you purchase something. So let's look at an example of this. Hamish has a credit card with no interest-free period, an interest rate of 12.5%. And his purchases were these, blah, 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 blah. His statement date is the 31st of March. I said in the previous video, the statement date's always the last day of the month, but he didn't go and pay it until the 8th of April. Now, there's two questions here. What amount due was shown on the statement? The amount due shown on the statement. And what amount would he actually have to pay on the 8th, which is when he cleared his credit card? So like the previous question, I've set up a table again. It's very similar to the previous question. It's got the date, it's got the item, it's got the cost. But this time I've got several columns. I'm going to hide those over for the time being. The first one is to answer the first question, which is the amount that's going to be on the statement. So I figured that I needed to work out the interest that has been accrued, charged for each of these items by the time the bank sends out the statement on the 31st of March. So on the question about with the interest-free period, it was the days until he paid the bill, but this is the days until the statement, just so I can answer the first question. So for the wetsuit that he bought on the 1st of March, there are 30 days, 30 plus 1 is 31, 30 days from the time he purchased the wetsuit to the time the statement is made. And here's our simple interest calculation, $340. Interest rate was 12.5% as a decimal, 0.0125, sorry, 0.125. And then we've got 30 days out of 365 days in the year. So the interest that he accrued that was owing on his wetsuit was $3.49. Similarly, 8th of March, 31 minus 8 is 23 days. Interest 15th of March, etc., all the way down. So we can see that all of those purchases which earned interest right from the day that they were purchased in total amounted to an amount of $12.42, and all the purchases added together were $1,668. So the bank, when making a statement on the 31st of March, would say, well, you owe us this amount of money for the things that you bought, and this amount of money for the interest that each of those items earned. So add those two together. This is the amount that's going to be on his statement labeled the 31st of March. But he doesn't go and pay that bill until the 8th of April. So even though the bill says $1,680.42, he would be foolish just paying that amount, because every day after that date, he's earning more interest. Not earning, paying more interest, being charged more interest. So this is why I've got this other, whoops-a-daisy, other two columns. Let me see if I can move that box out of the way. There it is there. So this time I've got another column that says how many days is it until he pays his bill. So I've just cheated a little bit. Rather than going how many days is it from the 1st of March to the 8th of April, I've said it's 8 more days, because this is the 31st of March. 8th of April is 8 more days on top of the 31st of March. So for each of these days here, I've added 8. 30 plus 8 is 38. 23 plus 8 is 31, blah, 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 all the way down. And I've done a similar thing, just adjusted my calculations. Instead of the 30 days here, I've made it 38 days and redone my calculations. So if he was actually interested in, I want to move that box. Can't move that box. There it is there. I'm actually deleted. If he wanted to actually clear his bill, clear his credit card, which I highly recommend you do quite regularly, he actually would have to pay not $1,600.42, $1,680.42, but he would actually have to pay $1,684.90 to ensure that his credit card went down to zero. So there's a lot of similarities with the two types of credit cards. You just need to read the question carefully to ensure that you know whether or not it's a standard credit card where interest is paid all the way back to the date of purchase, or whether there's an interest-free period and whether or not they've paid it within the interest-free period. Now, please be aware that probably banks use compound interest, daily compound interest compounded daily, but for the purposes of maths, of credit cards in Maths A, we use simple interest.